He might have been sacked last month, but Callum Davidson could be back managing in this Cinch Premiership sooner than you think. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football, and it appears that Callum Davidson, the hero for St Johnstone, the guy that won the Cup double, is the #1 target for the Scottish Championship champions, Dundee. So Dundee, as we know, sacked their manager.
He parted ways.
Yeah, he parted ways. It was like a mutual thing. I mean, Gary Boyer, we can say he won the league with Dundee. It was a really low total of points he won the league by, and you feel like if Queen's Park didn't completely fall apart towards the end of the season, Dundee would not have won the league.
Yeah, I don't think he did it. I said that in the vid yesterday. I don't think he did a good job, personally. The fact Dundee should be going straight back up, and yes, they have, but last day and scraping it against Queen's Park. But he was a former Blackburn Rovers manager, did you know that?
Yeah, so he did have some pedigree, but regardless, Gary Boyer's away, he's left, and he'll probably look for a job down south, because as soon as he won the league, he was talking about how he finds it difficult in Scotland and how he misses his family. So I'm not surprised to see Gary Boyer head back down to England. But yeah, Gordon Strachan, who is the sporting director at Dundee, is apparently very high on Callum Davidson. He's worked with him before in the Scotland setup, and the Dark Blues have set out to make Callum Davidson their #1 target. And it's going to be a big season for Dundee, and I feel like they do need to make the right appointment, because we've seen Dundee become pretty much a yo-yo club over the years, and I feel like if they want to stay in the Premiership next season, they need to get the right man, they need to get the right manager, and they need to back him, and they need to improve the team. Now, could that man be Callum Davidson? It might be Callum Davidson. It probably should be Callum Davidson, to be honest. When you think of his record, I know things didn't end too good for him at St Johnstone, but when you think of the Cup double that he won, I mean, that alone should keep him in a job for the rest of his life, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's not going to get any better for St Johnstone. Literally, I don't think it ever will. For most other teams in Scotland, let alone St Johnstone. But Gary Boyer's away, and if you look at the free agents in terms of managers, I mean, would Robbie Neilson take Dundee? I don't think he would.
Back in the Premier League, I think he would.
Think he would?
I think he would.
It's Dundee United loyalty.
Well, where did that go when Hearts came calling? But as for Dundee, they have a lot of players out of contract at the end of this month, and apparently the club has told the players that there would be no decisions made on their contracts until they knew what league they were going to be in next season. So
that makes sense.
That might strike you as possible like financial issues, but here are just some of the players who are out of contract at the end of the month. And for me, when you listen to these players, I think it's massive that they get a manager in ASAP and that they get the right manager in. So here is a list of the entire team that is basically going to be out of contract come the end of May. Paul McMullen, Ryan Sweeney, Lee Ashcroft, Jordan McGee, Cammy Kerr, Max Anderson, Jordan Marshall, Luke McCowan, Finlay Robertson, Adam Legston, Josh McGillen, and Cillian Sheridan are all players that are set to become free agents. So many of them are starting players for Dundee. I mean, they're all notable players who, if they don't start, you'd expect them to be substitutes. You'd expect them to make the bench. It's not like it's a bunch of fringe players here leaving Dundee, possibly at the end of the month. These are big, big players for Dundee, and you feel like Dundee, with their current team, they need to strengthen big time if they're going to survive in the Cinch Premiership. But, I mean, if they lose even a couple of these guys, you know, the rebuild, the job's going to get so much harder for the incoming manager. So for me, the next, I think it's crucial that Dundee get these guys signed up to long-term deals, or at least get them signed up for a deal that takes them to the end of next season.
I think it made sense so to have this in place where, here, we're not giving you any new contracts till we know what league you're in, because that makes sense. Like, you don't want the club to be in absolute financial despair if you're still in the Championship and you've just whipped out these blockbuster contracts. I'm not saying they're blockbuster, but big enough deals to your current big players, and then you're sitting another year in the Championship with the players who just didn't perform last year. To me, that's totally acceptable what they've done, but that could be another factor in Gary Boyer. He's like, there's just so much uncertainty with this club. Yes, I'm in the Premiership, but what is going on? I need to go back to my family.
Yeah, no, I mean, it makes sense, but I mean, now I think Dundee are in a rush against time here.
Yeah.
A race against time to try and get these players signed up, because like I said, they're big name players, and you feel like Dundee are going to need to get better as the squad currently is. So
Maybe you should get Julian Speroni on the phone.
Why, what's he going to do?
Come back as a goalkeeper.
And on that note, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Till then, peace.